What's going on, Sports Wars? This is Ryan with RK Outpost, NGSandGamers.com, and Colby Covington and LeBron James. The feud is heating up with both sides taking shots at each other, but I think anyone has to admit that the shot that Colby Covington took last night may have been the knockout blow to LeBron James. Now, who is Colby Covington? If you don't know, he is a UFC fighter, and he's a guy who just won an enormous match a few days ago. And he said some words at the end of that I think puts this in perspective a little bit. So let's go to that first. You need to hear what he said because it's important to kind of get an understanding of who he is and this shot that he took against woke LeBron James. And Colby Covington, just to be clear, is a very proud and vocal Trump supporter. And in Dana White's UFC, that's fine. If you're a Trump supporter, you can say you're a Trump supporter. If you support Black Lives Matter or Joe Biden, you can say that. Unlike the NBA and the NFL, who are not going to let their players stand out there and speak out when it's not the right message. But take a listen here to Colby Covington.
He didn't want to fight no more, plain and simple. He just didn't want to get knocked out unconscious, so he took the easy way out,
And now he's talking about his opponent, Tyron Woodley, who called him a racist, who was wearing Black Lives Matter stuff, hyping it up. Tyron Woodley got his ass beat by Colby Covington. So that's what he's explaining. He took the coward's way out. He said, oh, my ribs hurt because he didn't want to get knocked out.
I don't blame him. He's a spineless coward, just like LeBron James.
You posted it on Instagram.
Right? So, spineless coward, just like LeBron James. Caught a lot of people's attention, right? Listen to what he says after this when he talks about who he is honoring, who he fought for.
You were dedicating the fight to the police department, who's been vilified, and to military heroes. Now that you've won the fight, is there anything you'd like to add to that?
I just want to dedicate this victory to them, all law enforcement, all military out there, men and women, you guys are the real celebrities. You guys are the real heroes of America, not these woke athletes, not these spineless cowards like LeBron James, it's the law enforcement who protect our communities and keep us safe. All these athletes, they use law enforcement for private security to make sure.
Right, so he calls out LeBron James, calls out the hypocrisy of these woke athletes. Then, after that, LeBron James got word of this, and in typical beta LeBron James passive-aggressive mode, he does this. You see, LeBron James takes subtle jab at outsiders amid Colby Covington's UFC post-match tirade. Now, he was asked about his critics, right? Specifically asked about what Colby Covington said just a few hours before that. Take a look at this. Lakers LeBron on critics. Let's take a listen to LeBron James.
Anybody can talk from outside, but if they got into the ring or they got into the arena, probably 10 times out of 10 they shit the pants.
Right, so LeBron James, he's a little bit of a low talker. We understand. Low energy, beta LeBron, right? He's talking a little soft. We understand. So let's see if we can hear it again.
Anybody can talk from outside.
Anybody can talk from outside.
But if they got into the ring or they got into the arena.
But if they got into the ring or they got into the arena, right, 10 times out of 10, they shit their pants. That's what LeBron James said. Oh, everybody's scared of me, right? No one will come in here with me, says LeBron James. Well, Colby Covington with a haymaker back at him because you know what? Honestly, Colby Covington probably wanted LeBron James to respond and he got exactly what he wanted. Now listen to what he says. Colby Covington with this tweet, right? Now, this is a low blow and I absolutely love it. Colby Covington said, lol at all the snowflakes that believe King James could even last 10 seconds with me. If that coward had the balls or the ability to kick anyone's ass, Delonte West would have lost his teeth long before his meth habit. Now that is taking a shot at LeBron James' former teammate, Delonte West, and really taking a shot at LeBron James himself. Now what does that have to do with anything? Well, Delonte West had an affair with LeBron James' mother. That is right. Delonte was slamming LeBron's mom. And LeBron, instead of doing what he should have done, like he said, beating the hell out of Delonte West, what did LeBron do? He curled up in a ball, right? He played really crappy in the playoffs when he found out about it because he just couldn't handle it. He couldn't handle that because that's who LeBron James is. So Colby Covington taking that low shot at LeBron, but let's face it, LeBron James has given so many people in this country a reason to hate him, to despise him, because of the shit that comes out of his mouth perpetually. That what he tries to say, these stereotypes that he tries to portray, that black people are being hunted in the street by the police, which has resulted in his city people taking up arms against the police and ambushing them and assaulting them, trying to murder them because of the things that LeBron James has said. He is a coward, just like Colby Covington says. Now, will LeBron respond to this? We'll see. I think LeBron James probably learned his lesson after what Colby Covington just said. And let's be real, if LeBron James did somehow manage to get in the ring, he would get destroyed by a professional fighter like Colby Covington. I don't care how big LeBron James is. I don't care how many street fights he's been in. He would get destroyed by a professional UFC fighter, bottom line. But I, for one, would love to see it happen. But like Kobe says, I think that LeBron James is a little too much of a bitch to make that happen. But I want to hear what you guys think. What do you think of this entire thing about Kobe calling him out, about LeBron James' passive-aggressive response, and then Kobe laying the smack down on this man? Let us know in the comments below. Smash the like button, subscribe to Sports Wars, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.